Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Liana Leonoff, and I'm the founder and president of the Global Positive Health Institute. And welcome to this mini podcast series on meaning, purpose, and spirituality, and health and well-being. In this segment, I'm delighted to have with us Dr. Beth Frates. She's the immediate past president of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. She's an associate professor part-time at Harvard Medical School and also founder of Paving Paths to Wellness. So welcome, Beth.
Thank you so much, Liana. It is an honor to be here today with you.
Love it. This has been such a delight to speak to the American College of Lifestyle Medicine presidents on this very important topic. And I love to start out with the biggie, which is, what do you see as sort of your core life purpose?
I truly love this question. And I love to ask this question. So thank you for asking me this question. My life purpose is to share the science and art of lifestyle medicine with as many people as I possibly can, because I witnessed my own father suffer a heart attack and stroke at the young age of 52 when I was only 18. And I saw with my own two eyes what happens when people are following unhealthy lifestyle behavior patterns for years. And fortunately, I got to see with my own two eyes what happens when someone, after a health setback like a heart attack and stroke, could actually empower themselves, empower their body and mind to adopt healthy lifestyles and exercise routinely, eat a nutritious, delicious meal plan, focus in on stress reduction, get high quality sleep and prioritize that, and then use positive social connections so that they can enjoy health and happiness. And then, of course, avoidance of risky substances. That's my purpose in life.
It's a very important purpose. And many of us in lifestyle medicine are delighted to be able to contribute collectively to that purpose, but you've certainly demonstrated that that's your core. And then on a day-to-day basis, how does that translate to activities that you find meaningful that can contribute to your well-being?
Yes. Well, fortunately, having selected lifestyle medicine early on back in 2006, after writing a book about how do you prevent a second stroke and learning all about nutrition and exercise and stress resiliency on my own, because we didn't learn this at pre-med at Harvard or in medical school at Stanford. So I learned it on my own after physical medicine and rehabilitation residency. I have made a concerted effort to prioritize projects at work that align with this purpose. So fortunately, I had colleagues here at Harvard Medical School, Dr. Eddie Phillips, where we could create the Institute of Lifestyle Medicine and really work from 2008 onward to help practicing physicians embrace these 6 pillars for themselves. That was always part of the CMEs, as well as understand the science and art of lifestyle medicine. And it was really in 2014 when I first started getting involved with the American College of Lifestyle Medicine that I realized if I align my projects with the American College of Lifestyle Medicine and work, yes, with colleagues here as well as colleagues nationally and internationally, we could have a huge impact. So because I chose the education track at Harvard, so we have different tracks: clinical track, research track, education track, and my track has clearly been the education track, I can focus on the Lifestyle Medicine Interest Group, which I direct. I get to focus in on getting involved with nutrition at Harvard Medical School in the undergraduate education, and then the Lifestyle Medicine residency curriculum. I have been able to focus my efforts really on the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine, plus the health coaching, motivational interviewing, and counseling aspects, which are so near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, that all makes sense. And you've been talking about all of this from a professional vantage point. Is there anything personal that you can share that's meaningful to you that's related to that, or perhaps not related to that?
Yes, this is unplanned. Hold on one moment. It will take a second. Just 1 second. Yes. I don't know if you can what you see here.
Yes, it's a beautiful photo. Thank
This
you.
is I'm in my office at work, and that was just a stone's throw away. It's in my vision when I'm sitting here. And that's that picture of my dad when he was 72, which was 20 years after his initial stroke. And it was taken by a professional photographer at Harvard Medical School after the publication of the book, How to Prevent a Second Stroke. And he was so happy. He saw that I was so happy and I had found my calling. You must understand that I was going to be a businesswoman. I was going to take over my dad's company for 18 years of my life. That was tried and true. And I was going to follow in dear old dad's footsteps. Boy, did I love him. And I wanted to work with him, truly. I look forward to spending decades in the office with him on Park Avenue, 101 Park Avenue. And all that changed as I described. And so he has now passed away, but he had 27 phenomenal years. And we had so many fabulous memories together. And so I look at that picture pretty much every day. And I see it when I'm on Zoom calls. As I told you, it's right over there. And so I wanted to work with dad. And I believe in many ways I am working with my dad. I lectured for Harvard Medical School today from 9:30 till 12. Then I lectured at the European Society of Lifestyle Medicine from 12 to 1. And then I listened to my mentee, Toka, at Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital, who's in the LMRC there, give a presentation on landmark studies in lifestyle medicine and nutrition. And all the while, I can just take a glimpse over there, and I know what's fueling this. I know why I will do anything to spread lifestyle medicine, science, and art, because I do believe that it's my calling, and I must do this to really fulfill why I'm here, why I'm on this planet. And fortunately, I believe that allows me to use gifts that I was given, strengths that I have honed, and I can be in flow and enjoy my day-to-day interactions. But it is looking at that photo, it is remembering my childhood, it is remembering that setback, it is remembering so many words of wisdom that my dad gave to me throughout his 79 years. That truly keeps me going. I'm going to mention something because it's also related to you. I remember when I was, I don't know. Okay, so I don't remember exactly the day. I was going to say I was 10 or 12. I was little, and Dad brought me into the dining room, and that was usually not a good sign. We had to have a one-on-one chat. So when you had a one-on-one chat with Dad, it was just my brother and I, but that was big time. That was big time. And so I was in the big chairs in the dining room. That's why I know I was little, because my feet did not touch the ground. And Dad said, oh, I don't know why that would happen. My feet did not touch the ground. I guess that's a bad thing.
Here. That's funny.
That's very funny. It read my tone, I guess. I have no idea. This is AI. But I don't know how it did that. But I will tell you, I was feeling negative and scared, and maybe it felt that for me about being in the dining room. So that's that. And the story that I want to share is not just that I was feeling upset, but that my dad took me in there because he knew it was an important place where we would communicate about topics that were big. And he said, Beth, you're a girl. And I said, yes. What is he saying? And he said, but, anyway, we do now and these days. But he said, but you can be anything you want to be. You can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be the president. And looky, you and I did become the president, one of three
Yes.
past presidents and four presidents. We have a woman serving as president, Padmaja, who's also obviously in our camp of women who have been president of ACLM. But I remember so many of those times, and they weren't always at the dining room table, but so many of the times that he gave me this inspiration and motivation and made me feel that I was here for a reason. Now, back then, I didn't know the reason. I'm firm on the reason now. But I think we come to these things over time, and perhaps even our purpose changes. Like my purpose was to become the leader president of the Peg and Peg financial advising and accounting company. That was my purpose for pretty much 18 years.
Yeah.
So I think that opens this idea that our purpose could change.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Things do shift, but it sounds like the core was the same, which is to serve and to serve your dad, and now serving patients, serving colleagues. Yes. And
Mhm.
so, related to that, often when we talk about purpose and meaning, for many people, they also connect that to a sense of spirituality, or they have religious beliefs. How is that in your life? How does that connect with your purpose and meaning?
Yeah. So I do believe that there's something greater than ourselves out there. And if we're getting personal, I'm assuming we are. Are we talking about our personal practices? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So my mom was raised Greek Orthodox. Her parents came here from Valsara, Peloponnese, and they practiced in the Greek Orthodox Church. My dad was Protestant, and we grew up in Scarsdale, New York, and we practiced Christianity in a Baptist church in Scarsdale, New York. So I have been raised Protestant, and I do use my own faith to help me get through hard times and to help me enjoy my day to day. I am very grateful for everything that I have experienced in this world, actually, as struggles, surprises, successes. I really am grateful for all of them. And I try to find meaning in all of it. And my own faith helps me to persevere.
Sounds like it's a very important part of your life. And we're very interested in this topic, the American College of Lifestyle Medicine and Healthcare community, because it does impact our well-being, our health behaviors and our well-being. And so delighted that the American College of Lifestyle Medicine is taking this to the next level. We're looking at what the science shows and getting together to make recommendations for clinical practice. But before we go to that, how do you see personally having this core purpose, meaning, spirituality, your religious beliefs impacting your own well-being?
Mm, yes, great question. And so you mentioned the Paving the Path to Wellness program and the organization that's a nonprofit that I am involved with, founded and one of the co-directors now. And we do have dimensions of well-being, healthy body, peaceful mind, joyful heart. And I've been working with that since 2012. And part of our dimensions have been laid out, and one is a sense of purpose. So I truly, likely because of the way I was raised and what I practice day to day, and also looking at the literature, I am evidence-based, and I know many people are evidence-based. And if you're at ACLM, you're evidence-based. So I saw the data on a sense of purpose and longevity, even on risks for Alzheimer's, even on pain tolerance. There's so much. And it's it's stated in sense of purpose and the health outcome. That's how I searched these things early on about a decade ago. And so I'm one that sees the science, believes it, and implements. So there's really good data around religion and spirituality, as we know now, with well-being also. So I, again, being data driven, being a person of faith and a person of data. It's not, you can be both, be a scientist as well. I call upon that science. And when I do see more studies and talk with colleagues like Tyler Vanderweel here at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health and others about their work, it is motivating for me to continue this path forward and to include it in the Paving the Path to Wellness programs that we do for patients, for stroke survivors, for breast cancer survivors, for people who are trying to optimize during transitions like menopause transition. And it's an important part of the program.
Yeah. And so that leads actually to that final question that I have is, as we're coming together in this think tank style to consider how to encourage and guide our healthcare colleagues and healthcare systems to elevate and pay attention to this important area of every individual's life, their purpose, their meaning, their spirituality and religion. How do you see that moving forward? How do we of course we need more research, but we have plenty of research that shows this connection, and we're busy professionals. Everyone's busy. So how do we put that together in a way that's practical and really makes the most sense for us moving forward?
That's a wonderful question. And I think there'll be a lot of great answers to this. I think about it from the angle that I'm coming my background in behavior change and coaching. And so I really see this as part of the work I've been doing really since being involved in lifestyle medicine in 2006, being certified in coaching in 2008, and helping people to connect the healthy patterns that they're working to adopt, connect that with their sense of purpose. So somebody who has congestive heart failure, who's working to increase their endurance and muscle strength, you find out that their grandchildren are coming and that they love their grandchildren and they want to take them to the park and it's hard to keep up. Well, when you say, okay, so what kind of goal could you have around being able to stay involved and engaged with your grandchildren and even run with them in the park or walk quickly with them in the park while they're visiting? What could you do? Well, I could start going to the park and walking around the park and building up my endurance. Yes, sounds like an amazing idea, really good strategy. So I think that I have had in my mind and put out in publication this idea of a ladder. We want to get to our vision of ourselves, right? In the future. Sometimes that's 20 years, 10 years, maybe it's 2 weeks or a shorter time, like grandchildren coming in 2 months. So I think of the ladder and the rungs of the ladder that keep it steady. And I have purpose and priorities on one side. Then I have vision, values on another side. Like, what are the person's values, my values, personal values? If I'm coaching myself, it's mine. If I'm coaching someone else, obviously it's their values. And then the rungs of the ladder that keep propelling us forward towards this optimal well-being or goal that we have is SMART goals. So specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, time-sensitive. That's how I work with them. I know there's other ways to consider that same SMART mnemonic, but they're all very similar. And I think of it, I can't think of those goals without thinking of the sides of the ladder that will keep the goals together. So for me, it comes in with goal setting, and that means to me coaching, collaborating, negotiating, motivational interviewing. So having that why, that purpose is, well, without that side of the ladder, right, the whole thing's going to fall apart. So it's necessary in my mind to really do that counseling to help empower patients to adopt and sustain healthy lifestyle patterns.
It has a vital role to get to our why, which propels us forward, of course. And so we open that conversation as health professionals with patients and for ourselves, our own well-being. What's gonna really nudge us forward? And as you say, there's the meaning, purpose, there's values. It all has to come together to support us on that ladder. And just sort of a quick follow-on question, does that often, do you see that often, and how do we maybe delve a little further into someone's own personal spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, as a component of a comprehensive, healthy lifestyle, a holistic approach for our patients?
Yes, I personally, when I am working with people one-on-one or in groups, I ask open-ended questions, which no one will be surprised by. If you know, I have a background in coaching and behavior change and motivational interviewing. A lot of it's open-ended questions. So I may say or ask, what brings you meaning and purpose? And I listen carefully. And if they open the door to spirituality or religion, I'll enter it. If they don't, I might try another open-ended question. I might say, are there any spiritual or religious practices or activities that you find beneficial when you're working towards a goal, or that you use day to day to help motivate you? Could you share about them? If they answer yes. So that obviously was a closed-ended question leading into the could you share about them? So finding out if they do have these practices is your closed yes or no. And then could you tell me more about those and how do those influence you? Would be more of that open-ended where we could learn from the person in front of us.
Sounds like a natural way to build it into our conversations with our patients. So that's lovely. Well, thank you, Beth. As we close this short podcast interview, any final words you'd like to share on this huge topic of purpose, meaning, spirituality, and religion?
I look forward to our gathering in the spring, learning from others. I look forward to listening to other episodes of your podcast. And I want to express great gratitude to you for creating this series and for inviting me to participate and for being a friend and a mentor in this world of lifestyle medicine, especially at the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. And thank everyone else who is listening and spending the time to get to know us as the presidents of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine and more about our own beliefs as well as practices. So just a big thank you to everyone. Thank you so much, Liana, specifically.
Well, thank you, Beth, for being such a wonderful colleague and friend as well. And thank you to our audience, yes, for tuning in to this Meaning, Purpose, Spirituality series. I hope you'll check out another one of these interviews. And in the meantime, be safe, be well, and take care from the Global Positive Health Institute. Bye-bye, everybody.